Hi students, today we are going to discussing about processing of respiration because respiration is the features of living beings, right? The most of the students when I am asking the questions, why do we respiration? What is the importance of respiration? Main importance of respiration. They said what is to live. Without respiration we can't live. So what is the aim of respiration? They said to live, but actually in grade 11, 10 students should know the respiration is important to produce energy. Produce energy through the respiration physiological activities. That respiration is the physiological activities. We have a special organs and systems for to get oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide, but actually the energy production is occur or happen in the cells. Examples, right? I would like to draw through the diagram, right? Say a human body, right? A human body, when we, okay, as a human body, the person who is going to run, that means without energy he can't run. Anyway, what happened here, he is going to run by using of energy, by using of energy. Right, by using of energy. That when we analyze the situation, the muscles, what is here, the muscles which are producing energy. Therefore, I would realize part of these muscles. I will realize the part of the muscles. I have find out a cell. I have find out a cell. Into the cell, what is C6H12O6, that is glucose, C6H12O6, and oxygen gas, that oxygen gas, right? The chemical reactions occur and give productions. This is the CO2 and H2O. These are the product through the chemical reaction of respiration, but these substances are mostly not necessary for our body. Therefore, we consider as waste product. Anyway, the aim for these reactions, that means the aim for these reactions is what? Energy production. Energy production is occur. So this is the cellular respiration. Cellular respirations mean energy production occur in the cell, into the cell. Any kind of cells, our body have different kind of cells. Structural and functional unit of that body is cell. Anyway, how the person getting oxygen for these reactions to the cells. So the person has special system. The person has a special system, that is respiratory system for to get the oxygen. Therefore, now I would like to realize about respiratory system. Systems mean it has many organs. Organs consist many tissues. Into the tissue we can find out so many cells. Here this is lungs. This is the special organ for to receiving oxygen, inhale the oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide or the exhale gases. Into the lungs we have find out there are so many bags like groove, small bag like groove. Into that small bags we call alveoli. Alveoli means small bags into the lungs. After that, what is this alveoli? Now I am going to realize what is this alveoli, right? Therefore, now I would like to get a small one of this. What is there? After that we have find out into the lungs there are so many branches, inside so many branches, and which consist so many bags like growth we call alveoli. In scientifically or biological name of that is called alveoli. Then we are going to realize the one part of this. We are going to realize the one part of this. Into that, right, therefore I draw the one small bag that is called alveoli, but we have find out so many blood capillaries around the alveoli, so many branches. Vascularization means the so many branches of blood is there. That small narrow blood vessels called blood capillaries. But oxygenated blood is shows a red color, that's bright color, oxygenated one. But the deoxygenated blood can, because I would like to differentiate from the wall of alveoli, therefore it is shows and right like this. So the blood capillaries well vascularized on the surface of the alveoli. Anyway, students can identify the vascularization of blood capillaries around the alveoli, surface of the alveoli. Now we will going to analyze the structure of this. Therefore, I am going to cut the dissection, dissect this area, this area. Say imaginary, you just remember we cut by using knife, but the thing is, right, the knife, when we cut the alveoli, it shows how that alveoli shows like this. The small layer epithelial cells, very narrow small layers of epithelium cells have find out into the alveoli. This is epithelium cells. We already studied epithelium cells. Each of the cells having nucleus, right? Nucleus. Each of the cells as live one, nucleus. When we consider the vascularization of the blood, when we consider the vascularization of this blood vascularization, we can find out like this. This is cross sectional of blood capillaries. Cross sectional of blood capillaries. So the blue color also should, this is blood capillaries. Into the blood capillaries, we have find out here the blood. This is blood. This is blood. Right? This is blood. We'll go through this. This is blood. This is blood capillaries. Blood capillaries. This is also blood capillaries. Both are blood capillaries. But here the oxygen gas move through the nasal cavity and pharynx and larynx, here the bronchial, and reach to the alveoli. So that alveoli, the air can move through this path and reach to the alveoli. This is the small bag of lungs. It's contain oxygen gases. It's contain oxygen gases and carbon dioxide. That oxygen gas can absorb by the special cell which is available in the blood called RBC, red blood capsules. Red blood capsules are here into the blood capillaries. So the red capillaries contain hemoglobin. Therefore hemoglobin, the oxygen gas absorbed by the RBC. Oxygen gas absorbed by the RBC. This is RBC, red blood capsules. That cell is available in the blood. After that, the RBC can carry the oxygen and release to the cell. So our respiratory system help to inhale the air and exhale the air, but actually the respiration is occur in the cell. Because the oxygen is the essential substance to produce energy, right? So when the person who is going to run, he depend on energy, right? Here you can see me that when we run, what happened? We need to produce energy. So when we inhale the air, it is reached to the lungs, and the lungs which is carried, the blood is carried to the muscles. When we inhale the air, the lungs, it has many vascularises, that means the many blood capillaries are there, blood tubes. So when we inhale the blood, into the blood we have find out that RBC, red blood cells. Red blood cells, it has contained the small pigment called hemoglobin. So when we inhale the air, the small pigment can absorb the oxygen and transfer to the whole body. We have a special system, blood circulatory system. After that only the cells, into the cells, that oxygen is going to react with glucose. But respiration is not occur in the lungs, it is actually that is occur in the cells. That is occur in the cells, right? So the energy productions occur in the cells. Energy production occur in the cell, right? Here in this chapter, what we are going to do, we are going to study about the respiratory system, that means the nose and nasal cavity and trachea, pharynx, larynx and bronchial and lungs. We have a special system, right? We have a special system, right? Now we will go to the, so now I just introduction, I have given the introduction what we are going to study, what is the respiratory systems. Respiratory systems mean we depend on energy in our day-to-day life, right? Therefore we depend on food and oxygen. We already studied the digestional system. Then the oxygen can get through the respiratory system. Therefore we should study about the respiratory system. Okay. Now here this is in your book, the same notes. See that respiration is biological processes. Respiration is biological processes. That mean biological processes mean we already studied C6H12O6, C6H12O6 plus 6O2 and CO2 plus water and energy. Energy. So these chemical reactions occur in the biological cells, right? Therefore we can say what is respiration is the biological processes, right? Respiration is the biological processes. Then gas exchange can be observed in some animals externally. Gas exchange can be observed in some animals externally. Gas exchange means, say examples, if you see the amoeba, the unicellular organism, right? Unicellular organism, what is, when you see the amoeba, it can get oxygen from the medium of what aquatic animal, no? So it can get this nuclear, it can through the membrane, cell membrane, and the carbon dioxide gases, carbon dioxide can exchange through the membrane. So the cell membrane is enough, it don't have a special system because that is unicellular organism. But we are not like that. Respiration here, the respiration in a human is complex processes and it's occur in three stages. What are they? We have three stages. Yes, actually the respirations we already studied. Respiration is C6H12O6 and 6O2. Through that reaction 6CO2 and 6H2O. The main product is energy. Right? Main product is energy. In these reactions occur in the cell. But we have a special system. What is respiratory system? You have a special system that is called respiratory system. The respiratory systems contain lungs. The respiratory systems contain lungs. So that means this is nasal cavity, here the mouth cavity, these are meet at a common place, pharynx and larynx. Pharynx, then the what you call bronchial and lungs. Right? Respiration is even complex processes and it's the three stages. What are the three stages? Gas exchange between external environment and lungs. That means external environment consists oxygen gases. Therefore, the gas should reach to the lungs. Our body producing carbon dioxide. Here into the cell the carbon dioxide gas is there. So that gas should go outside because this is considered as the waste substance. This substance is not necessary for our body. Therefore, the carbon dioxide should excrete through the lungs. So they said that gas exchange external environment and lungs. So the external environment mean outside. This is external environment. This is lungs. Right? So the lungs and external environment. Right? This is first processes. Second one, gas exchange in alveoli. Second one, they said gas exchange in alveoli. What is gas exchanges in alveoli? We will study that. Here, alveoli is the small bag. This is alveoli. Right? This is alveoli. Gas is exchanged. Here see the oxygen gas. Oxygen gas absorbed by the hemoglobin which is available in the RBC. Same time the carbon dioxide gas, which is come out from the blood, So the second processes, first processes they said the environmental, here into the man, see the man, inhale the air and exhale the air. Inhale the air and exhale the air. Inhale the air and exhale the air. This is one, processes of one. Second one is here. This is second. In the alveoli. This is second. Right? So they mentioned there gas exchange between the external environment, gas exchange in the alveoli, cellular respiration. Cellular respirations mean that is in the cell, right? I already said it, that cell is here, right? There are three processes they are mentioned, right? They have mentioned the three processes, right? What is three processes? Mainly they are focusing on three processes. What is external environment? It is contain oxygen gases. So we can inhale the oxygen gases, and what happened? Then the carbon dioxide, right? Our body, our body, each and every cells produce carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide gases should go outside, but it can't go through the skin. It should be go through the blood and go to reach to the lungs and exhale air. So the first point is they have mentioned what is we have related with the environmental and lungs. First we inhale the air, exhale the air. Second one they mention into the lungs they have a small bags. Into the lungs small bags. So the lungs, into the lungs, the blood capillaries are there. So when we inhale the air, the oxygen should absorb by the blood. So second one they mentioned the alveoli, absorb the oxygen. The close to the alveoli there are so many blood capillaries. The blood capillaries should absorb the oxygen, therefore the second one. Third one, they mention that oxygen reach to the cell, into the cell, there was a biological chemical reactions, right? Cellular respiration. Thereafter only the energy production is occur. What is the main aim of respiration? To produce energy. To produce energy. Otherwise, when we inhale the oxygen, exhale the carbon dioxide, why? What has happened? Actually, the oxygen is reached to the cell, each and every cells. If a pregnant mother, so the oxygen should go to the fetus, small baby. Into that baby, it has so many cells. It needs to grow. But without oxygen, how can we produce energy? So the main target or main objects of the respiration is producing energy, right? Okay, now the three mentioned, they have mentioned intake of oxygen in the lungs and removal of gases waste in the cells occur in external gases exchange. Okay, second one, here the systems involved in entering oxygen into lungs and release of gases waste product produced during biological processes is the respiratory system, right? The respiratory system they have mentioned, right? The system involved in entering oxygen. Entering oxygen means the oxygen gas enter through the respiratory system into the lungs and release the gases waste product. That means when we enter the lungs, right? When we enter the lungs, then what happened? The carbon dioxide gas come through the respiratory system. So carbon dioxide gas should come out. Waste product, they mentioned that waste product, that means carbon dioxide, produced during the biological processes in respiratory system is the respiratory system, right? Third one, main part of respiratory system with mucose. Main part of the respiratory system with mucose. Mucose we already studied. Mucose we already studied, because the mucose mean, right? Mucose mean in Tamil you know that mucose, sali. In Sinhala we call sema. Sema, you know that mucose, like a lubricant substance. right? So that substance on the surface, into the surface of the respiratory system, they have find out mucus. That is the reason it always keep wet condition, right? The dust can't go quickly because the wet condition, it can be pasted on the wall of the trachea or the wall of nasal cavity, right? So the mucus as the lubricant, a liquid substance, right, which I find out the surface, internal surface of the respiratory system, right? Here cavity, what we call that cavity mean nasal cavity. They mention there is it a nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx and trachea, bronchi, bronchiolus and alveoli. That means each, and I can mention here the first nasal cavity. And the buccal cavity not necessary to mention because the buccal cavity for digestion system, buccal cavity that is different. That we call the pharynx. Pharynx mean the common place of the respiratory system and digestional system. After that, the larynx, that is, it's contain vocal cord. Vocal cord is there. When we exhale the gas, it has a small membrane, small muscles. Vocal cord contains a small sting-like muscles which are going to vibrate and produce energy, sound energy. So larynx is there. After that, we have find out the tube, that's called trachea. Here in this chapter we don't mention about that, but anyway we should remember there was a groove here, there was a groove, epiglotte. When we study the digestion system, we study it deeply, but in this chapter we don't mention here because, but this epiglotte also important to blocking the food which are entering to the trachea. Anyway, after that we can find out that bronchus and bronchiolus, small branches, and alveoli are inside. If you want to mention that bronchus, bronchiolus, we can see this is trachea, bronchiolus, into that bronchus, small one, right? Then alveoli. Okay, now see the diagram. Due to the presence of mucus in the nasal cavity, the lining of its moist, there are cavity, the lining of its moist, there are numerous cilia present on the lining of the nasal cavity. The bacteria, dust and other waste found in inhale air stick into the mucus. This prevent the entry of them into the lungs. By the rhythmic movement of cilia, the waste materials are sent out. The materials that are collected to pharynx are removed out the saliva. That means here in the diagram you can find out in this surface, into the nasal cavity surface, they have find out some epithelium layer, epithelium cells layer with cilia. Cilia means small growth like this, small jelly like growths from the cells. When enter the dust through this canal, the cilia also weaving like a wave movement. So they mostly they ejected the substance. If it is a dust, they ejected outside. Therefore the substance which can move through the nasal cavity, and it mix with the saliva and we can split out. Right? Sometime you can remember, right? Say examples when you see me, right? The person, right? When you see me, that the person, sometime you know, when we inhale the air, the dust also can move through the nasal cavity. But sometime, have you had that experience and split? What happened when we move the mucus into the nasal cavity? There is mucus is wet condition, the dust also precipitated or sedimented or stick into that area with mucus, so we can take it and can split through the mouth. But that time the saliva also, the liquid of that one, saliva also help to eject or create that dust particles. Anyway, the nasal cavity mostly the important to separate the dust, right? It is going to clean the air. Not only that, you know that our body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. If we be in the AC room, actually that is the temperature is below than our body. That is 33, 32 the temperature. But when we inhale the air through the nasal cavity, it is going to increase the temperature of that air. After that only our lungs can use that air. If we be in the hot area, high temperature, when we inhale the air, it should be reduced. But initially when we move through the nasal cavity, that can be changed the temperature according to our body temperatures. Therefore, there are functions of nasal cavity. Here they have mentioned here the changes that take place when inhaled air pass through the nasal cavity are as follows. Nasal cavity mean here, this one, this area, nasal cavity. Moisturizing, humidity, humidifying inhale air. Moisturizing mean wet condition, water, like water vapor. Moisturizing, humidity, inhale the air. That means the dry air is going to moisturizing, to suitable to absorb our body. The next one, warming up the inhale air up to body temperature, because our body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Then third one, removal of foreign matters from inhale air, right? Because the foreign matters like dust particles are here, so it can be stick here, and sometime we can excrete through the nasal, sometime through the buccal cavity also we can excrete. So the importance of nasal cavity I have discussed here. This is special one. Lungs are present in thoracic cavity. The students must be know the thoracic cavity. What is thoracic cavity? In your textbooks, they don't mention, in this textbooks diagram, they don't mention the thoracic cavity. Actually, the thoracic cavity is what? This is right, and you know that they call sternum. Sternum mean like a tie-shaped bone, and here also the special bone like key shape, and we have a bone like this. Right, we have a bone. This is called rib. Here they have mentioned, this is rib. right, rib. But inside you can find out the lungs. You can find out that lungs is there. Alveoli and lungs are there. So inside, yeah, this side also the lungs is there. Right. Anyway, between the lungs and the rib, there was a special cavity. Special cavity. Here the diaphragm is there under this. Around the lungs also covered by the membrane. Covered by the membrane. But in this area between the the lungs and this membrane covered by this is called thoracic cavity. This is called thoracic cavity. So examples I can mention here, the special system that is called, so I use dark color to see you that, okay, this is what do you call lungs. And between the lungs here we have find out the membrane. This is membrane. This is membrane, and it is covered in the surface of it's covered by the liquids are there. Here the liquid you have find out between the membranes, the liquids are here. The cross sectional you can find out, these are the rib. The rib can move here. The rib like this. Right? So the thoracic cavity mean the space between the rib and the lungs. Right? Now you can understand, because they don't mention in this diagram, but the notes you can find out what is thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity. Okay, intercostal muscles are presented with rib. Intercostal muscles mean, right, this is the sternum. Sternum is the like a tie shaped bone, and we have find out the ribs. Between the we have find out the ribs, but between the rib we have find out the muscles. Between the rib we have find out that muscles, which is called, right, this is they have mentioned here, intercostal muscles. This is called intercostal muscles. So intercostal muscles mean this one. Okay students, right? I think now today we are discussing about the structure of the respiratory systems, right? What is the inhale the air through the nasal cavity and parasyllaxics and bronchiolus and lungs we studied. After that we have studied the part of the respiratory system, what is thoracic cavity, what is rib, what is intercostal muscles, right? We are discussing. The last portions we can think about is the last portion, the what we call diaphragm. Here they have mentioned the diaphragm. Diaphragm is here. Last one, I don't know whether the time here the diagram. Diagram mean this is a person, right? This is a body, and there also a membrane, chest and abdomen. Chest and abdomen, right? You know, when we hear the chest and abdomen, the abdomen contain intestines, but chest, very very important organs are there, heart and lungs are there, right? When you do the exercise, when you upright your body, your intestine don't want come to the mouth or neck. Intestine don't want come. Why? There was a separated muscles, the separation is there. What is the chest and the abdomen is separated by the special membrane called diaphragm. The movement of the diaphragm is important to exhale the air and inhale the air. Without that movement, we can't inhale the air and exhale air. So diaphragm is very very important. That is the reason they have mentioned here in this diagram. See, here the rubber balloon, rubber membranes they have mentioned here, the green color. This is like a diagram, this is compared with diaphragm. But here they are using a rubber one, right? Half balloon can use. But this is the movement of this. When we pull and push, right? When we pull and push, what happened? The diaphragm is going to up and down. So that movement is important to inhale the air and exhale the air. Okay, students. Today I think our class is going to finish, and next class we will continue our classes. Thank you very much.